Yo, what's good? I'm gonna make another video on how to improve performance and like decrease input delay on Geometry Dash once again. I haven't made one of these videos in like over a year, I think. And there's like a lot of things that has like changed since I made that video. I will be basically going through like the same stuff, kind of, but with the updated settings for, 2022, I guess. So, as usual, I'm gonna go to settings. Then you're gonna check if you're on the latest Windows update here. So you're gonna check for updates. And as you can see, I'm on Windows 11, but it should basically be the same. There's not much difference. So you see there's an update here that I'm gonna install. So it tells you to restart, so I'm just gonna do that later. But you're done with step one. Alright, so the next step is to update your graphics card driver. So I have an Nvidia graphics card, but if you have AMD, it should be like another way of installing it, but I have no idea how. But for my graphics card, I have GeForce Experience here. I can just go into the drivers tab right here, and I can check for updates right here. Right now, I'm running on the latest driver here, so I'm all set. So just make sure you're on the latest graphics card driver as well. Okay, so this step is actually pretty important, and not many people have actually done it. So what you're gonna do is to click on settings, and you're gonna click on display, then you're gonna scroll all the way down, and then find the graphics right here. And once you're here, you're going to add an app, desktop app, then search for Geometry Dash, find it, click on options, and click high performance, and you should see your GPU under here. So click on high performance and click save. So this will basically make sure that it takes advantage of your graphics card while playing the game. Okay, so this next step will take a while to go through, but it's basically the most important step if you have an Nvidia graphics card. So what you're gonna do is to open Nvidia control panel. So you go to the search bar and type in Nvidia control panel right here. If you don't have it, just download it from the Microsoft Store or whatever it's called. So the first thing you're gonna do here is to use my preference emphasizing performance. You're gonna click on that, drag this all the way to performance, hit apply, and then afterwards click use the advanced 3D image settings and click on that once again. Now go to manage 3D settings. So this is the most important part of this whole entire video, I'd say. So these settings can impact your game by a lot. So I'm gonna basically show you the best possible settings you can have here. Okay, so I'm gonna go by one, and then, yeah. Image scaling should be off. Ambient occlusion set to the off position. Anisotrophic filtering off. Anti-aliasing FXAA off. Anti-aliasing gamma correction should be set to on. Anti-aliasing mode off. Then you can skip these two because they're grayed out for me. Background application max frame rate, put it to off. CUDA GPUs, choose your GPU and hit OK. DSR factors should be set to off. Low latency mode, I would say to set this to on. Because what we're dealing with here is the global settings. These settings are not only for Geometry Dash. So we're gonna change this to ultra later in the video. But for now, put it to the on position, and these are for all games. So putting it to on instead of ultra is better for basically, it's better globally. So max frame rate, put it to off. Multi-frame sampled AA should be set to off. OpenGL rendering GPU. Choose your GPU from the list here. Power management mode. I used to set this to prefer maximum performance, but it's really not necessary if you ask me. Setting this to prefer maximum performance will increase your fan speed and may use power from your GPU that you don't really need. So I'm gonna set this to normal. I like that best. Preferred refresh rate, put it to highest available. Shader cache size, so I would recommend to choose at least 10 GB on this. So I'm gonna choose 10 GB. Texture filtering anisotrophic sample option should be set to the on position. Texture filtering negative LOD bias should be set to allow. Texture filtering quality, high performance. Texture filtering trilinear optimization should be set to on. Threaded optimization. This is also a setting that we will change later on, but for now put it on auto because we're once again on the global settings. Triple buffering should be off. Vertical sync should be off for most games, including basically everything. Virtual reality pre-rendered frames should be also set to 1. Virtual reality variable rate supersample should also be set to off. So once you're done with that, click on the apply button right here. Alright, so now once they've saved, what you're going to do is to go to program settings, because now we're going to change 2 settings in here. And you're going to select a program to customize, and you're going to find Geometry Dash from this list here. And if you haven't found Geometry Dash, you're going to click on add, and then find Geometry Dash from this list. Once you found it, you know, the Geometry Dash icon right here, you're going to scroll all the way down, so you can find low latency mode and put this to ultra this time. So this might actually not work better for everyone. So what I'm saying is that ultra can be worse than only putting it to on, but for me I have better input delay when I put this to ultra. So I'm gonna choose ultra, but if it doesn't work for you, put it to on. At least have it on. And now you're gonna scroll all the way down. Threaded optimization, put that shit off immediately. This setting makes GD worse in every possible way that you can imagine. It will lag your game for some reason. I have no idea why. So yeah, put it to the off position. Okay, so now we're done in the Manage 3D Settings tab. Now you should go to the Configure Surround Physics, and you're gonna change the processor. So from the drop-down menu here, choose your graphics card, not your CPU. Graphics card. I have an Nvidia GeForce RTX 3070 Ti, so choose that. Now go to change resolution. This is actually pretty important too. What you're gonna do is to go to the PC menu right here, 1920 by 1080, obviously, or your highest resolution that you want to use. But I have a 1920 by 1080 monitor. And what you're gonna do is to choose the highest refresh rate you can find. So I have a 280 Hz monitor, so I'm gonna choose 280 Hz right there. And then you're gonna click apply. Now, once that is done, you're gonna go to adjust desktop color settings. So for this isn't really about performance, but this is about the digital vibrance, or like how much color you want on your monitor. I prefer to have this on 70 because the colors are more vibrant, and you can see more colors, and I really like it. So I'd rather put this on 70 rather than having it on 50. It looks really bland with 50%. So next, we're gonna skip over this, and skip over this. We're going to go to the second most important tab in here, adjust desktop size and position. Now, in the latest video I did on this, I did some stuff wrong here. I think I had mine on aspect ratio and I had this on GPU. That it makes your input delay worse. So I've researched this a lot. I went onto many websites, and the best thing you can do here for input delay wise is putting this to no scaling. Perform scaling on display. It has a less input delay than GPU. And then don't override the scaling mode set by programs. This should not be checked. And then apply. So once you're done with here, we are actually done with the Nvidia control panel settings. So you can just exit out of here. Alright, so the next step is actually pretty important as well. So you're gonna go to the control panel, search control panel right here. Click on it. Go to power options. And yours should be set to balanced, but you're gonna choose high performance on this one. This will make sure your PC is running on the highest performance, basically, instead of having 50% on performance and 50% on power saver. You really shouldn't have that, so high performance is the best one to go for here. Okay, so now we're going to do some changes inside the actual game. So these settings aren't really... It isn't really much to do here. I'm just gonna go through. So you're gonna click on the settings button and then graphics. So full screen, obviously you're gonna have that if you can run it. Texture quality, it's up to you, I prefer high. if you go to advanced here, so I think most of you use Mega Hack right here. I use Mega Hack, I use the FPS bypass. So I always have vertical sync off. So for most of you, vertical sync doesn't need to be on. It's useless now because FPS bypass is a thing. Smooth fix should also be turned off. It will desync your audio in game and it will slow down the game somehow. I have no idea. So put it to the off position. So here is only like one setting that I always have is high capacity mode. So increases draw capacity for batch nodes at level start. It improves performance if you have a good computer, and I think most of you have a good enough computer to have this settings turned on. So it says that it may cause issues on low-end devices, and I'm guessing phone or something. I'm guessing like old phones. So if you have a PC, you should have this on, in my opinion. Alright, so for Mega Hack, there isn't really too many settings to really change here. Except for the FPS bypass, which you should be set to the max, which is 360 for your list record to be accepted. And then turn it on. And also another setting you can do is thread priority and set it to high. I wouldn't set it to highest, I would set it to just high. So now we'll show you two applications. One is called 4GB patch, so we are going to find that right now. Go into your browser, type in 4GB patch. And then you're gonna go to this website right here. So once you're here, you're gonna click download the 4GB patch. And it will come as a zip file. So drag this onto your desktop. Like this. And then extract it. Extract all. And extract. So once you've extracted it, just double tap it. And then click on yes. And then from here, you are going to select geometry-exe, so the application file here. If you can't find it, go to program files, go to Steam, go to Steam apps, common, geometry-, and then find the geometry- icon right here. Click on open, then it should say executable successfully patched, and then hit OK. So now you have the 4GB patch applied to your game. Okay, so now I'm going to show you probably the most important application in this whole video for input delay. So it is called timer resolution. Now this is the application right here. I have the 2.0 which costs money. It works a little better than the free one, but I don't think the difference is really that much. I'm going to show how to download it right now. So you're going to go to your browser once again. So you're going to search on timer resolution right here, and then don't go into any of these websites, but scroll all the way down till you see CMS Lucas Hale. That is the creator of the application. So this is the official website for the timer resolution application. So what you're going to do here is, as you can see, the V2 costs money. It says buy and download. But if you scroll down, you can see here, download timer resolution.zip. So when you try to click on it, it actually doesn't work. I think there's like a bug or something, but if you right click on it and click copy link address and then open a new tab and then paste it in, there we go, and then hit enter, you can actually download it. So yeah, so it's another zip file. So what you're gonna do is to drag it onto your desktop, do what you did in the other application, click extract all and extract, and then double tap on it, and it should basically pop up like this. And every time you're about to play Geometry Dash, click on the maximum button right here, and yeah, you're basically set. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is actually on Discord now. So Discord has a hardware acceleration feature that will actually slow down your game. It might lag your game even, so we're going to disable that just for the case of it. So go to Discord, user settings, and scroll down until you find advanced. Hardware acceleration, turns on hardware acceleration, which uses your GPU to make Discord smoother. Now turn this off. And then this Discord will restart and you're set to go. Alright, thanks for watching this video. I try to make it as short as possible, but it's very hard to make one of these videos short, so... and if this worked for you, please comment down below. I'd love to hear feedback on this video, so... yeah, I'll catch you later.